Good morning, sir. If you please raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. You can have a seat. You may proceed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your full name for the record.
Yes, my name is Troy Robinson.
And how are you employed?
I'm employed as an investigator at the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
How long have you been with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office?
A little bit over 7 years at this point.
You describe your duties with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
So my main duties are to assist the prosecutors with the preparation for a case trial. We also take statements, interview witnesses. Me personally, I do fingerprint comparison for court analysis and for judgments that we may use in court.
Do you have any certifications to perform fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I went to a 40-hour core course at the Texas Forensic Associates and received a certification, and then maintain training hours throughout every year.
Have you testified in court before as an expert witness in the area of fingerprint identification?
Yes, I have.
Could you briefly describe to the jury what a fingerprint is?
So a fingerprint is friction ridges that everyone has on their fingers, and you basically have oil. So when you touch something, it is possible to leave a latent print, which is an invisible print, and then you can use a powder or ink or some type of chemical to raise the print so it can be seen by the naked eye. For court purposes, we take what is known as an inked print, and that is a print where you use an ink pad. You will transfer it from the person you took the print from to a piece of paper, or in this case, a fingerprint card, so you can use a known print and do a verification match for it.
In your training and experience, have you ever found or heard of two people having the same fingerprint?
No, fingerprint is biologically unique to each individual.
Is it possible to take a print at one time and compare it to a print made at another time?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 25. Do you recognize that?
Yes, State's Exhibit 25 is a fingerprint card.
And who made that card?
I did.
How do you know that you made that card?
Made this card yesterday here in the courtroom.
Do you have your sign and date on that as well?
Yes, I initialed it, date, and added the time and the person's fingerprints that were taken on this card.
Do you see in the courtroom today the person whose inked fingerprints appear on that card that's been marked as State's 25?
Yes, I do.
Could you point him out and identify a piece of clothing that he's wearing?
It's the gentleman sitting over there in the bluish, maybe gray button-down shirt.
And do you know his name to be Francis Lowenthal?
Yes, it is.
Let the record reflect that witness has identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, you may.
I'm now going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 26. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
Could you briefly explain to the jury what type of document that is?
So, State's Exhibit 26 is from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution. It is a declaration of a pin pack.
And what is a pin pack?
So a pin pack will give us unique identifiers such as name, date of birth, fingerprints, sometimes photos of an individual who has been incarcerated in TDCJ.
And are there identifiers on State's 26 that match with the identifiers on State's 25?
Yes, there are.
And how do you know that those are the same identifiers?
So when we take a fingerprint, we use certain points and for each fingerprint to compare to a known fingerprint. Again, so this fingerprint on the fingerprint card, State's Exhibit 25, is the known fingerprint that I took from Mr. Lowenthal. I will compare that in which I did in State's Exhibit 28, and all the unique identifiers for the fingerprint match up identically.
You said 28, is that?
Did I say 28? I'm sorry, Judge, 26?
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry.
And is it, after comparing the two identifiers on states 25 and 26, is it your opinion that these are the same person?
They are.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 27. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, State's Exhibit 27 is a document that I reviewed yesterday.
And what is that type of document?
So this is a judgment of conviction in the 128th District Court of Orange County, Texas.
Are there certain identifiers on that document?
Yes, there are.
And do those identifiers match the identifiers that are present on State's Exhibit 25?
Yes, they do.
And after reviewing State's 25 and comparing it to State's 27, is it your opinion that that contains the same person?
It is.
I'm going to show you now what's been marked as State's 28. What is that document?
So this is a pen pack from Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution.
And are there identifiers present on that document?
Yes, there are.
And did you compare the identifiers on State's 28 with the identifiers present on State's Exhibit 25?
I did.
And is it your opinion that that is the same person that is present in State's 25?
It is.
And I hand you now what's been marked as State's Exhibit 25. Could you explain to the jury what that is?
20 what?
29.
29.
Thank you.
I apologize.
So this is a judgment out of the 102nd District Court of Bowie, Texas.
And are there identifiers present throughout that document?
There are.
And do the identifiers in State's Exhibit 29 match the identifiers present in State's Exhibit 25?
They do.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 30. What is that document?
This is a pen pack from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution Division.
And are there identifiers present on that document?
Yes, there are.
And in your opinion, are the identifiers present on that document consistent with the identifiers present on State's Exhibit 25?
It is.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 31. What is that document?
This is a judgment in the 128th District Court of Orange County, Texas.
And in that document, are there certain identifiers present?
There are.
And after reviewing that document, are those identifiers present in State's 31 identical to the identifiers present in State's 25?
It is.
The identifiers of Harry Francis Lowenthal.
It is.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 32. We're going through that. What is that document?
So this is a certification of the criminal history record information from the state of Texas, County of Travis, for a Harry Francis Lowenthal.
And are there certain identifiers present throughout that document?
Yes, there are.
And in your opinion, do the identifiers present in States 32 match the identifiers of Harry Francis Lowenthal as present in States 25?
They do.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 33. What is that document that we're looking at?
So this document is the United States District Court, Eastern District of Texas, Beaumont Division. Is a judgment in the criminal case of Harry Francis Lowenthal.
And are there identifiers present in that document?
Yes, there are identifiers present in this document.
Do the identifiers in States 33 match the identifiers of Harry Francis Lowenthal as present on States Exhibit 25 fingerprint card?
Yes.
I'm now gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 34. Could you explain to the jury what that document is?
So this is a document contains two attachments. It's an affidavit from the assistant warden at the Larry Gist State Jail Facility for a judgment in the Criminal District Court of Jefferson County, Texas.
And are there identifiers present in that document?
There are?
And are those identifiers in States 34 consistent with the identifiers present in States 25?
There is.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 35. You take a look at that document. And what type of document is that?
This is a judgment, the state of Texas versus Harry Lowenthal in the Criminal District Court of Jefferson County, Texas.
Throughout that document, are there certain identifiers that you notice?
There are?
And do those identifiers match up with the identifiers consistent in States Exhibit 25?
There is.
Finally, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 36. What type of document is that?
So this is the United States of America Federal Bureau of Investigation for Harry Francis Lowenthal, and it is a certified copy of true and accurate records for the FBI division.
And are there identifiers present in that document?
There is.
And do the identifiers in States 36, are they consistent with the identifiers present in States 25?
There is.
Now, in your training experience, when you use these identifiers, do all identifiers have to be present for you to make an opinion as to whether it's the same person?
No, they do not.
Could you briefly remind the jury what those different types of identifiers are?
So there's several different when you're looking at a judgment. Normally we try to do the fingerprints. Sometimes a fingerprint may be too pixelated from the copies and you're not able to use a fingerprint for identification. So then you go a step further and you start looking at your name, your date of birth, your social security number. Certain times there's photographs of a person when they've been incarcerated. There's SID numbers, a state, it's a state issued number and it's unique to that individual who may have been incarcerated at some point in time. So we'll use those identifiers to compare to the known that we would have to make the judgments.
And based on your opinion and the identifiers present in all of the exhibits from states 25 through 36, is it your opinion that these all contain the identifiers of the same person?
Yes.
And that person is the defendant, Harry Francis Lowenthal?
That is correct.
Your Honor, at this time I tender states 25 through 36 to the defense for inspection.
All right.
I have a few questions for the witness, Judge.
Sure.
Did you create any of those records to which you just testified?
The fingerprint card states exhibit, I believe it's 25?
Yes.
Yes, I created that.
But the judgments you were referring to, those were not created by you?
No, I do not create those. Those are kept in a course of business at the from the county that they would be obtained from.
Yeah, see, With regard to State's Exhibit 29, Approach Judge,
Yes.
this appears to be a copy of a record.
Yes, sir, it is a certified copy from, attested by Lori Caraway and the district clerk of Bowie, Texas on January 10th of 2024.
It would appear to be a copy of a certified copy, does it not?
Yes, sir.
I'll object to 29 as it's not under seal, and it's not a certified copy, therefore it's inadmissible under the rule against hearsay, and no objections to the other reviews.
Can I see 29? And what's the state's response with regard to 29?
Your Honor, I believe that's how they certify copies in Bowie County. That's what we were given from the county.
So are you representing to the court that you guys didn't make a copy of this? This is what they sent you?
That's right, Judge. I mean, not all counties, as the court's aware, use that raised seal method of certification. So
Right.
you can just, smack a certification on there. And some of them are even emailed to our office as well with the certification.
For the record, each document in State's Exhibit number 29 does have either a certified copy, stamp or seal, and file mark from the same county on each page as well. So I'm going to overrule that objection. State's 29 is admitted, and you had no objection to the others, correct?
No, ma'am.
So 25 through 36 are all admitted.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll show you again what's been marked as State's Exhibit 26. And what is that? What is that document containing?
So State's Exhibit 26 is a judgment of the state of Texas versus Francis Lowenthal in the 128th District Court, Orange County, Texas.
Was Francis Lowenthal convicted in that case?
Yes, the offense was felon possession of a controlled substance. It was a third-degree felony. The terms were 3 years in the institutional division of TDCJ and a $1,000 fine.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 27. Is that a certified copy of that judgment?
Yes, it is.
And that's for the third-degree felony of possession of a controlled substance.
That is correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked and admitted as State's Exhibit 28. What does that document contain?
State's Exhibit 28 is from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and a judgment plea of the state of Texas versus Harry Lowenthal in the 102nd District Court of Bowie County, Texas.
And was Harry Lowenthal convicted in Bowie County, Texas?
Yes, Harry Lowenthal was convicted for burglary of a building, from January 2nd of 1992, pled guilty and received 20 years in TDCJ.
And could you explain to the jury what TDCJ is?
It's the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, so it would be the Texas prison system.
Now I'm gonna show you what states 29 is. Is that just another copy of that judgment from Bowie County?
That is correct.
And anywhere in that document does it say the degree of the felony that is on there, to your knowledge?
And it shows a second-degree felony.
I'm gonna show you now what's been marked as State's Exhibit 30. What does that document contain?
This is a feedback from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution Division. It is the state of Texas versus Harry Francis Lowenthal in the 128th District Court of Orange County, Texas.
And what was the charge in State's Exhibit 30?
It was felon possession of a controlled substance. The offense date of May 12, 2015. The degree of the offense was a state jail felony. Mr. Lowenthal received 13 months in state jail, TDCJ, and a $1,000 fine.
I'm gonna show you now what's been marked as State's Exhibit 31. Is that just a certified copy of the judgment found in State's Exhibit 30?
It is.
Now I'm gonna show you what's been marked and admitted as State's Exhibit 32. What is that document?
So this is a certification of the criminal history record information for Harry Francis Lowenthal.
And through your knowledge and observation, could you summarize what is found in that document?
So in this document, this would contain Mr. Lowenthal's criminal history for the state of Texas and when he's been incarcerated, and it provides fingerprints, name, date of birth, location of offenses, degree of offenses, type of offenses. It is a complete record from the state of Texas.
Just the history from the state of Texas.
That's correct.
And do the offenses contained in there go with the offenses that we talked about previously in the prior states exhibits 26 through 31?
They do.
Now showing you what's been marked as States Exhibit 33. What's contained in that document?
So this is a judgment from the United States District Court, Eastern District of the Texas Beaumont Division. This would be for a federal document, the United States of America versus Harry Francis Lowenthal. And this contains a plea of guilty before a U.S. magistrate for
You observed the charge that Harry Lowenthal was convicted of in this offense.
it was possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, fentanyl, and if I recall correctly, he received 50 months.
Is that in that document?
That's what I'm looking for. I stand corrected, it said, well, so under supervised release, he would do 3 years. If you give me a minute, I'm not really super familiar with the federal documents.
It's okay, take your time.
I don't see it in here, I just see what he was convicted of.
So it was convicted of a possession of a controlled substance.
Yeah, fentanyl.
I'm gonna show you now what's been marked as State's Exhibit 34. What's that document?
This is an affidavit from the assistant warden at Larry Giss State Jail Facility for a Harry Francis Lowenthal. And it is a judgment in the Criminal District Court of Jefferson County, Texas.
And what is that judgment for?
So this judgment is for burglary of a building, an offense date of 1/4/2011, as a state jail felony, and he received a term of confinement for 1 year.
I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 35. Is that another copy of the judgment in State's Exhibit 34?
It is.
Finally, I'm gonna show you what's been marked and admitted. It's State's Exhibit 36. What does that document contain?
So this is the United States of America Federal Bureau of Investigation for a Harry Francis Lowenthal with the FBI Universal Control Number of 555343 Norris 70.
And what is contained in that document?
I need to make a correction when I said Nor, that was N. Sorry. This document is similar to the state's document. It contains the records of Harry Francis Lowenthal through the federal system, and it contains name, date of birth, fingerprints, and all his unique identifiers.
Is there also criminal history contained in that document?
Yes, there is.
You could turn to the criminal history. His history is contained in that document.
Harry Francis Lowenthal.
I'd like to walk through the pages. If you could just provide a brief summary of each page as we walk through it. This the second page of the history of Harry Francis Lowenthal.
Yeah, so the second page, this will give your name, Harry Francis Lowenthal, date of birth, 7/10/56, gives height, weight, hair color, eye color, place of birth, citizenship, and possible aliases and other date of birth and social security numbers.
And some of the identifiers that are on there were present on States 25, which is the fingerprint card that you took.
That's correct.
What about what's on that next page?
So the next page is the FBI identification record, and it is basically any aliases that Harry Lowenthal has used, such as Harry Lowenthal, Harry F. Lowenthal, Harry Francis Lowenthal, Wayne Morrison Smith, and Thomas Ziegler. Also, when you use aliases or they input, sometimes the spelling of the name may vary in certain degrees.
What about what's on that next page?
The next page is for Harry Francis Lowenthal, gives the unique identifiers, an FBI universal control number of 555343N7. And it shows, arrest, and charges that were received.
And what are those charges that were received on that page?
So this arrest occurred, 9/29/74 in, Santa Clara. Charge was for petty theft. It says arrest relief granted per 851.93 PC. I'm not familiar with the California Penal Code, so.
That's right.
And then you have an arrest received, 5/28/75, in the Redwood City Sheriff's Office.
And then on that next page,
Uh,
see more arrests.
Yeah, it continues on for the Redwood as a burglary. It does show dismissed for, lack of prosecution. He has an arrest received 11/9/75 for Santa Clara, burglary, possession of stolen property, theft. He was convicted, again, not sure for the California Penal Code. There was an arrest received 3/2/76 in Sacramento, stolen property.
Moving on to the next page, is that continued arrest and convictions?
Correct.
What's on that page?
This is an arrest, Santa Clara, for Mr. Lowenthal. He had a arrest warrant. There's also a Santa Clara for failure to appear, stolen property, felony. Some of those were dismissed actually. And then he was convicted for in a fine in court case, again, California Penal Code, not sure what it would be. Then there's a arrest on the next page for Mr. Lowenthal, 12/22/79, out of San Jose, burglary, second degree. He was convicted for this and pled guilty to a 3-year sentence, a 3-year probation, 6-month jail, on 5/20/83. Then he had his probation revoked and received a 2-year prison sentence.
And from your observations of that document, are there any control numbers or case numbers involved with that?
Yeah, on this court case number, it is 75417.
What else is on that page?
This is an arrest in San Jose for burglary. It was dismissed. There was another arrest in Newark, 6/10/1980, for burglary, which continues to the next page. Looks like there was a warrant issued for that. And it continues on where it was dismissed. There was a number, we'll just list it as number 12 in the document. There was arrest, 8/24/81 San Jose for burglary, possession of burglar tools. This was a second degree felony where he was convicted, committed to 1-year prison. Court case number was 86533.
Does that continue on to the next page, or are there?
So the next page, we'll list it as number 13. Arrest received in 12/5/81 San Jose. It just has an agency case number for this one, 8169803.
What was that arrest for?
Charge of forgery. It was a misdemeanor. He was convicted. Probation, jail, fine, court case number C8159369. There was it looks like there was 3 convictions in this case. They were 2 court fines, and one was a 18-month probation, 90 days in jail for case number C1859369.
And do you see what the charge is for that one?
Stolen property, conspiracy. And that's all that's listed for that.
What about on the next page? Are we continuing on the history there?
Yeah, so we'll go to number 15. There was an arrest, San Jose. It was a charge of stolen property, felony, committed to a 4-year prison sentence, court case number 86841. Dropping down, there's number 16. There was an arrest for burglary. It looks like it was unable to associate a disposition with the charge. Basically meaning that maybe the court didn't file it, or it wasn't, the case wasn't filed properly, and maybe never was filed again, so we wouldn't have access to that.
And that's based on your training experience here in the state of Texas.
Correct. Prior to the district attorney's office, I worked at Fort Arthur PD and retired there after 20 years, and I'd done 10 years in CID. So when we would run a criminal history, we would see a lot of where the court case was held, or there was just no disposition for us, and that could have been due to the age of the case, and it may have not been filed properly, or not filed at all for whatever reason at that agency.
Moving on to that next page, what are we still looking at history?
Yeah, we're still looking at history. We're down to number 17, Department of San Jose, forgery, conspiracy to commit criminal felony. It says WARR. I'm not sure what that is. There's a RSP felony warrant. I'm going to assume WARR is warrant now after reading through the document. So there's 3 charges there. Number 18. It looks like he received, these look like they were for the warrants where he received a 4-year prison sentence and was paroled at some point. Number 19 is an arrest for the San Jose for petty theft.
And on the next page, what are we looking at there?
So on the petty theft, he was convicted, state jail, 1-year probation. Number 20 is an arrest for Sunnyvale, agency case number 8957110 for theft, robbery, burglary. That was his. Let me go back. The charge was petty theft, but they had a prior of theft, robbery, burglary. Felony offense, and he was convicted, sentenced to 1-year probation, 1-year jail in court case number 129381. Number 21 is an arrest at the Texarkana Police Department in Texas, agency case number 92185. For burglary of a building with a felony, unclassified degree, transferred to county. I was convicted and confined for 20 years. 22 was an arrest, and this looks like this is in Huntsville for burglary of a building. So it appears that was stacked with the 20 years that he received on the previous case.
And that's according to this document.
Yes, correct. 23 was an arrest in Beaumont, Texas for assault causes bodily injury family member. That was rejected by the Jefferson County DA. 24 was an arrest in Beaumont, Texas. That was burglary of a building, felony, state jail. Received convicted 1 year, and that's court case number 1111086.
And at this point, are there dates on these offenses?
Some of the offenses have dates, yes.
And is it safe to say that at this point in the history, we've moved from the 1970s up until closer to present time?
Correct. And I'm just gonna go through where we have, where he was charged and arrested and convicted. We go to like number 28, Orange County, Texas. He pled guilty to a 3-year sentence, confinement court, and that was for charge in possession of a controlled substance, less than 1 gram, PG3, and it was a state jail felony.
So at this point, are these final charges and convictions, based on your observation of exhibits 26 through 36, do you believe that these are starting to mention the same convictions that we've talked about previously?
Yes, they are the same convictions.
And is there anything contained in that document after the criminal history?
No, that would be it.
Nothing further for this witness.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Reynolds?
I'll hand all these back to you. And
And would y'all take did you put the clip back on that last one?
No, Judge, I can.
I just don't want them to get mixed up if it needs to be, if it's all one.
That final one is wrapped with a ribbon, but I'll put a clip on it.
Thank you.
so let me take a minute, I'm gonna go through these judgments. Good. Number 30, may I approach you?
Yes, sir.
Number 34, this is the judgment. To the criminal district court. You see here, there where it says state jail felony.
Yes, sir.
So you agree that this judgment reflected by Exhibit 34 is a state jail felony according to the document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Reynolds, be sure they can hear you as well.
So this 34 is a state jail felony?
That's correct.
Okay. Uh, 35. This is a judgment out of the criminal district court. Judgment of conviction, waiver of jury trial, burglary of a building, it's a state jail felony. Is that what it shows to you?
Yes, sir, it does.
That's 35. Number 33. This is the judgment from the United States District Court. And did you see the date? Repeat the date that it was signed.
11/13/24.
Correct. Now, the date of the current offense was back in 2023. Is that correct?
If you say so, sir.
Well, so, but the point is, this judgment was signed after the case that we're trying right now. This case, our case in this court started before Judge Crone signed this judgment.
Okay.
Well, or they can look at that, but it's, I'll represent to you that this case was filed back happened in 23.
If you say so. I don't have the document in front of me for the date this trial, for this current trial.
But you agree that the judgment was signed in 24?
Yes, sir.
Okay. State's Exhibit 31, judgment of conviction out of the 128th District Court, Orange County. Does that appear to be a state jail felony conviction to you?
Yes, sir, it is.
According to the document.
Yes, sir.
And that's State's Exhibit 31.
That is correct.
State's Exhibit 30. Something from TDCJ, and if you'll look through there, this also has a judgment that's state jail felony. Is that what you see there?
That's correct.
So this judgment referred to in Exhibit 30 would be for a state jail felony.
Yes, I'd have to look at the number of the judgment. It's a copy of the additional judgment. It just came with the pen pack from the state of Texas.
So it's basically the same thing as what was in the prior one I showed you.
I believe I'd have to look at the numbers at the top of them, but yes, it would be a copy of one of the current judgments.
But irregardless, this refers to a state jail felony.
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay. So Exhibit 29. Can you look through 29 and tell me what degree of felony this would be?
Yes, sir, this is a second degree felony.
How can you tell that?
So at the top, it says offense convicted of burglary of a building, statute 30.02, degree 2. An offense date was committed June 2nd, 1992, and it was a plea of guilty. And it will show a term of the plea for a 20-year sentence in TDCJ.
Okay, so that was a second degree felony back in 1992.
That's correct.
Okay. You know what range of punishment of burglary of a building is today?
I don't have it in front of me, I'd have to look.
Okay. But I told you it was a state jail felony. Would you believe that? Or?
If you say so, sir.
If I say so,
I would trust you on that.
Okay. Number 28 is just the same judgment, but that's his pin packet, I believe. For this from TDCJ.
Correct, I won't disagree with you.
Okay. Now, number 27, this shows back in 2016, third degree felony. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And this is a judgment of conviction by the court, 2016.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Number 26 is the pin packet that goes with the prior exhibit. I'll just represent that.
Okay.
Now, with regard to 32 and 36, these don't have any judgments in them. That's just a summary. Is that correct? Each of these.
So in State's Exhibit 32, that is correct. It is a summary.
36.
And so I will say, I'm not familiar with, the federal documentation, but in State's Exhibit 36, it will have where a fingerprint card where there is information that would come from a judgment on the backside of it.
Okay. And, but this judgment, you know the date of this judgment?
I believe that represents, all of Mr. Lowenthal's, criminal history that has been documented by the FBI.
I see. Now, with regard to the exhibits that have been admitted, did you compare the fingerprints on them to the fingerprint card that you took from Mr. Lowenthal?
The ones that were able to, I was able to use the fingerprints on, that is correct. If not, then I used the unique identifiers that aren't for Mr. Lowenthal.
So did you make a notation as to which ones you could match the fingerprints on?
I would have to go back and look through them.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to review these.
Okay.
And let me know if you were able to confirm the fingerprint on those or not.
State's Exhibit 26, yes.
Okay.
State's Exhibit 27, yes. State's Exhibit 28, yes. State's Exhibit 29, no. State's Exhibit 30, yes.
I think that's your yes stamp.
It should be noted that in State's Exhibit 28, which is the pin pack for State's Exhibit 29, I answered yes to State's Exhibit 28 because it is the document that should go with State's Exhibit 29. State's Exhibit 29 does not have a fingerprint, but has the same identifiers such as location of offense, name of county, Bowie County, and Mr. Lowenthal's name and identifiers. So it would be consistent that this is the pin pack for out of State's Exhibit 28 for State's Exhibit
So
29.
those two documents go together for the
Yes,
same-
sir, that is correct.
Okay, and that was a yes on the fingerprint?
That would have been yes on State's Exhibit 28, but because State's Exhibit 29 does not have any fingerprints, that's why I said no. However, the two documents go together.
Okay, so that would be in the yes step.
That's correct. State's Exhibit 31, yes. Judge, may I stand up?
Yeah.
Thank you. State Exhibit 32.
I have 32, which is, criminal history record.
Okay, I just wanted to double check,
Okay, yeah, I didn't hand that to you because I.
okay, I was at 31, I just wanted to double check.
Okay, it said it didn't have any judgments in it, that's why I didn't hand
Okay,
it to you.
excellent, thank you. State's Exhibit 33, no. That is the federal document. State's Exhibit 35, yes. I did go out of order, but State's Exhibit 34 is yes.
Is that the balance of the papers I could?
Yes, sir.
So of the judgments or convictions, you were able to confirm the fingerprints you took from my client match the ones on these judgments, except for the judgment in the United States District Court.
That's correct. There was no fingerprint on that document.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Anything else, Ms. Gasper?
Nothing further.
Any objection to Investigator Robinson being excused?
None from the state.
None from the defense, Judge.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
How long do you anticipate?
It's a short witness.
Okay, all right, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, state calls Alec Garcia.
Good morning, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
Judge, may we approach?
Sure. Mr. Reynolds?